Uh, uh. Welcome, late night with BDD. What's up, you guys? Foxhill Dreams and Tina G. No, it is not live in 24 hours. It is live right now. And sorry for the confusion. I accidentally, when I scheduled this thing, it automatically defaults to the next day. So there it is. Bernadette H. Welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. There's a Cindy C. Welcome. Today is Tuesday. Wait, right? It's Tuesday. It feels like Wednesday. It feels like Wednesday. Yeah. So happy Tuesday. This has been a crazy. It's been a crazy week since the last time I saw you guys. Just when you think things are going to quiet down, we are now 28 days. We have 28 days before the midterms, and I am nervous as fahizi. What's up, Meredith Powell? I see you there. Jenny Rayner. Once again, my apologies. Jenny, I see it says 10 a.m. is what your notification. I have so many different things going on right now. I'm a little bit frazzled, so begging your pardons. So let's go ahead and let's get into what we're going to get into tonight. Let me do a little preview of that. Okay, so that's the title card for tonight's show. Tulsi Gabbard, Kanye, and the racist GOP. What's up, Mariana? Mariana Z? What? Let me find out. Our favorite jokester, Mariana, has joined us. Is that you, Mariana? Let me find out. I'm a big fan of her jokes. Her dad jokes are hilarious. Keep me laughing. We're going to briefly check in on Ukraine and Putin. What's the latest developments over there? Tulsi Gabbard tell us something we don't know. She says she's leaving the Democratic Party, and the rest of the world was like, wait, you're still in the Democratic Party? Stupid. What up, Scott? There's Scott Samuelson. I see you, buddy. Welcome. And we're going to cover what the hell is going on with crazy Kanye and the rest of the racist GOP, like Tommy Tuberville, Yusuf Olu. Oh, welcome, Yusuf. I see you there. Welcome. But before I get into any of all that stuff, I gotta briefly discuss a new show. It's not new, it's old, but it's an HBO show called Avenue 5. And actually, this thing came out maybe, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember thinking to myself, oh man, I gotta see that. What's up, Asmila J? I remember thinking I have to see this show because it stars the guy from House. Damn it, what's his name? Help me here. House. House. I know his name. Hugh something, right? Is it Hugh? Josh Gad is in it. The dude that played Gabe in The Office is in it. It's a very funny cast. Very funny show. Somebody please, Hugh Laurie. Thank you, Meredith Powell. It's a very funny show. It takes place in space. Sometime in the future, where space travel is like a cruise. You can take a cruise through space, a cruise ship, and Avenue 5 is a ginormous cruise ship owned by Josh Gad's character, and shit goes wrong. Shit goes very wrong. I won't say what it is, but this show is really, really, really funny. I'm about 3 or 4 episodes into this. Here's a scene where you can see the expression on people's face saying, shit is going wrong. It's a very good show. So if you're in need of a laugh, like I am, look, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. 28 days to midterms, and I'm nervous. I'm watching the polls all the time as if the polls are the weather. And if you guys know the weather, if you've been paying attention to the weather in your lives, you know, sometimes the weather is right and sometimes it's wrong. That's just how it is. I don't know why we still can't get weather forecasting down to a science. You know, why is it so hard to ascertain whether it's going to rain or not rain today? But, you know, sometimes they say, when they say showers, I count that as 50-50. If they say a strong chance of rain, I believe that. But it's much less of a science in reading polls, right? Because basically they're taking why am I so nervous? Yusuf wants to know why I'm so nervous. I'm nervous because, you know, this is a very important election. And I know, you know what? It almost feels like deja vu, because every election we're like, this is the important election. But if you fail to realize that since Donald Trump was in the White House, the rise of fascism is a clear and present danger, right? It's clear and present. And, you know, there is a scary bunch of knuckleheads, of crazy people waiting in the wings to launch a dozen different impeachment trials on President Biden just for some payback. That's it. Not to solve anything. You know, we over the past 2 years, we've been a little bit spoiled because we've had adults in the White House and mostly in the House and in the Senate too, who have been able to pass bills that are for our benefit, that move the agenda forward. And all these hyenas have been doing is voting against things that are helpful. They voted against stopping gas price gouging. They voted against baby formula. They voted against, keeping insulin prices low. They voted against a whole shit ton of things that you're like, what are you doing? Your constituents need that. You know, fun fact, the majority of welfare states are Republican run. Go figure. Some of the states with the lowest education, with the highest child mortality, with the highest crime rates, they're Republican run. And they are happy to keep the education low so that they can control those populations and keep them voting against their best interests. So that's why I'm nervous. That's why I'm nervous. I'm nervous because the polls that I'm seeing, I saw on MSNBC today. I don't know how accurate this is. It could be like the weather, but they were saying that if the election were to happen today, we would have a 50-50 Senate. What? Oh yeah, Yusuf, good one, pointing out they're taking credit for what we passed. Indeed, they are doing that as well. But yeah, and Kay Gerard, hey, thank you for the kind donation, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, 50-50 Senate. Like, I thought we were doing much better as far as the polls are concerned. But that's just it. The polls are just polls. They're polling, they're asking the opinions of 1,000 or in some cases 500 people who will bother to answer a landline phone. Who the hell even still? I haven't had a landline phone in years, mainly because I had trolls calling my landline and harassing me. But also it was like, why bother with the landline? I got the phone in my pocket all day long. Call me on my pocket. Scott Scott saw it too. Kornacki and his board today, the same 50-50. Yeah. Here's some other things that concern me. I like John Fetterman. Don't get me wrong. I like John Fetterman. Let me say that again. I like John Fetterman. I want him to be Pennsylvania's next senator. I need him to be Pennsylvania's next senator because I cannot abide by having a puppy killer in the Senate. I love dogs, I love puppies, and I hate puppy killers. It's that simple. But here's what concerns me about John Fetterman is that when he is interviewed, either he's using a closed captioned monitor or whatever. I saw him doing that earlier today. And so that's, whether or not you understand that he had a stroke and you make that allowance for him, you're not the majority. The majority of people are not plugged into every single second of political life. They just happen to casually turn on the TV and they see John Fetterman struggling to, understand a question. And that's a problem. That is a problem. So yes, Mariana. Yes, I like Fetterman. No doubt. Also, when he speaks, I feel he feels very authentic to me. You can't fake Aries Wanderer, yeah, like a teleprompter. You can't fake authenticity. You either are or you aren't. And there's no amount of being articulate or being intelligent that is going to win people over if you are not authentic. If people can't feel you, if you're talking and you feel fake, they're not going to buy you. And it's my hope that that people will see through the snake oil salesman that is Mehmet Oz. That's it. He's a carpetbagger. He's a quack. He's been sued multiple times for fraudulent, false claims, medical claims. Come on, Pennsylvania. Come on, really. Why is this so hard? Herschel Walker is only 2 points. 2 points behind Reverend Warnock, which, by the way, if you were not aware already, there is a debate happening this Friday between Reverend Warnock and Herschel Walker. Be there or be squared. Not exactly sure where it's going to be playing. I'm going to try to get a link for that and spread that around, share it, tweet it out. I'm surprised. You know what? Kay Gerard, thank you for this. Thanks, Oprah, for Oz. Where the hell is Oprah in all this? I'm really upset that that Oprah has not stepped out and said, you know what, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for introducing him to the world. I did not know he had all that nonsense, that garbage in his background. I'm not with it. Foxhill Dreams wants to know if I think Walker will show. It's 50-50. 50-50, like the weather. I wouldn't bet money on that. I think I'll be shocked if he does show up. Frankly, he doesn't have to show up. He has the support he has the unfettered support of the GOP. They don't care about the allegations. They don't care about the abortions. They don't care about the lies he's been telling every day on a daily basis, that he ran this business and he was a police officer and FBI. They don't care about any of that nonsense. All they care about is controlling his vote. Period. Period. All right, let me keep it moving. This weekend, I think it was Friday night, late Friday night, Saturday morning, we found out that there was an explosion on what has become a pretty important bridge to Vladimir Putin. It's the Kerch Bridge. It is the bridge that connects Russia to Crimea. Crimea is actually part of Ukraine, but Russia has annexed it. So yeah, they blew that shit up. Now, apparently, Ukraine has still yet to take credit for this explosion. So when you look at the pictures, it looks bad. It looked like a whole entire sections of this bridge just sunk into the water there. And so, in 1 minute, it looked like, Ukraine had struck a decisive blow for themselves, but they haven't taken credit for that. So who knows what that was? But oh, Mariana, she says Russia can cry me a river. Very good. Very good. Guys, don't judge me. I love dad jokes, man. I love dad jokes. All right. So I pretty much have tried to stay as far away from discussing the Ukraine war as possible. Oh, that's an interesting comment, Eddie G. Eddie G says, that looks like Sanibel Island. Those of you who are familiar with the hurricane that just struck Florida, Sanibel Island got hit pretty badly. So yeah, it does kind of look like that. But I've tried to stay away from discussing the Ukraine war, call it what it is, because I don't want to be that guy who is disseminating misinformation. I don't want to distribute, and who knows, really, when you have a country that's at war, they have a thing that is known as the fog of war. The fog of war. The fog of war is, when shit happens, when things are exploding, this person says, we did it. This person says, we did it. And who knows? Even if you're on the ground, if you are there in Ukraine and bombs are going off left and right, you don't know who's even blowing those bombs up. You don't know. Let's see. Hang on a second. I got something interesting here. I destroy Nazis. Who is this? That is a very clever name. I destroy Nazis. That is very funny. Who is that? You got to share that with. Who is this? We used to have some jokesters in this group here. That's a very clever one. Anyway, shortly after the Kerch Bridge was destroyed, we learned that Russia retaliated, and in this instance, they did take credit for the bombing or the missiles. They shot, I believe it was 45 missiles at Kiev, and specifically at the heavily populated civilian areas. So they weren't going after military targets. to um, to to disadvantage the Ukraine military. No, they were going after civilian targets. That, my friends, that's war crimes. That's war crime. It's disgusting. Yes, and Yusuf, you're pretty active in this chat. I like the active participation. He says, "Did I hear Elon Musk had a call with Putin before his poll?" Yes, yeah. I don't know what the hell is going on with Elon Musk and Russia, but yeah, Elon Musk had posted a poll on Twitter, um, making suggestions about Ukraine, basically uh, giving shit up that they shouldn't have to. Why is he talking to Putin? That's a good question, Lucielle. I don't know why, but people today were talking about on Twitter. Twitter is where these discussions are happening, you guys. On Twitter, the question was whether or not Elon Musk is violating the Logan Act. And the Logan Act is something that basically forbids American citizens who are not government employees, they're not authorized to discuss foreign policy. It forbids them to do just that. Hey, that damn Alaskan, I see you there. All right, so anyway, this is what Putin has directed at Ukraine, and this is not going to make Ukraine back down. This sort of thing, it just fires them up even more. I don't think he understands what he's doing. I think he's desperate. Putin is desperate right now. He's trying to round up 300,000 unfortunate people who have to unwillingly volunteer. What is it when the volunteering is forced? Huh? That's not volunteering at all, is it? Right? When you're forcing someone to go, that is not volunteering. That's drafting. He's trying to draft 300,000 people to fight in this illegitimate war. That's what he's trying to do. Illegitimate. And speaking of illegitimate, we have an illegitimate Democrat who claims that she is leaving the Democratic Party. So sad. I can't believe it. I'm so nobody the whole entire internet collectively shrugged its shoulders and was like, Bish, since when was you even in the Democratic Party? Yeah, and then she made one of those stupid videos where she's like looking directly into the camera and she's like way too close. Here, let me see if I can play this for you guys. I'm gonna have to pause this music for a second and let's see. Let's share screen. Let's do that. Let's get the Chrome tab. Let's do this. All right. Let me know if this comes out echoey, right? It shouldn't, but let's see.
I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism, who actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution.
All right. That's enough. That is enough. That is plenty. Slightly echo. Okay. Well, Eddie says it sounds great, and I hate this bitch. Hillary was right. She's a Russian asset. Fake it. First of all, she says the Democratic Party is now under the complete control of an elitist cabal. of warmongers. What? What? Warmongers. uh, Who in the Democratic Party is advocating for war? Um, Not us. You know, granted, we are donating money to Ukraine for them to push Putin out. But Putin is the guy who is, she knows this. She knows this. He's the guy who has invaded Ukraine. What is we supposed to do? Nothing? Come on. Come on. I love it when or I should say I hate it when people complain about shit and then they don't have any real solutions for what to do. Oh, they should just give up their land? Is that what they should do, Tulsi? Huh? Stupid. Warmongers driven by cowardly wokeness. Now she's just reading from the GOP talking points glossary. Wokeness. If you're in the GOP and you're delivering your speech, you must hit the word woke at least 3 times so that your followers know that wokeness is bad. Wokeness. The wokeness is the crime of caring about your fellow man, is the crime of paying attention to what the hell is I had something I wanted to say, but anyway, wokeness is not bad. Wokeness is good. Wokeness is good, and they're trying to weaponize the word, but it's not going to work. Who divide us by racializing every issue and stoke anti-white, there it is, anti-white racism. So there is a trend, ladies and gentlemen, that is going on in the GOP right now, where they're pushing hard this great replacement theory, right? And the great replacement theory is that we Democrats are looking to open our borders and invite a whole shitload of brown immigrants, brown illegals, is what they would say. Illegals, brown people, to bring them in and illegally let them vote and replace your votes, your white votes. There's nothing anti-white. You know what? If you're calling it anti-white, then you're stupid. You're stupid and you are very disingenuous. What we are against is abuse of power. And if that abuse of power takes the form of keeping your knee on someone's neck for 9 minutes and snuffing out their life, if your abuse of power means that you prevent a black family from getting a loan for a house, but you'll give a white family that is equal in income and financial status, you give them that loan, then it's all about that power. If you're using your power to keep black neighborhoods impoverished and to keep them from getting all of the good shit that white neighborhoods get, then that's a problem and it needs to be addressed. We're not talking about the use of the N-word, although, that's still a thing. But it's like on the totem pole of bad things, the N-word is, it's like a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a word, yes, and it's hurtful, but that's not the shit that we are complaining about. We're complaining about our lives being threatened. We're complaining about being treated unfairly because of the color of our the color of our skin. That's it. We're complaining about the system that has been designed to break our will, designed to hold us back. That's what we're complaining about. So Tulsi Gabbard, she is full of shit. She has not been a Democrat for as long as I knew her name. Ever since the first time I saw her, she's like one of those people who I don't know what her nationality is, it doesn't matter, but if she's not white, she's like one of those people who acts like they wish they were white. Because I've known plenty of people just like that. She has made no shortage of appearances on Tucker Carlson's show, on Fox News. And Tucker Carlson's middle name should be replacement theory, because that's all he pitches on his show is the great replacement theory. They are stoking this resentment to their white audiences over time, nonstop. And it's a big problem. It is a big problem because right now the Democratic Party represents everybody. It is a big, massive tent, but specifically it represents those marginalized people, those marginalized communities, the Black people, white people, Latinos, Asians, everybody. So, Tulsi Gabbard, good riddance to you. I don't even think has she even come up with any bills? Has she presented any bills, passed any bills? No. That damn Alaskan says, never trust a man with no lips. You guys, if I ever do this show and I get that stupid ass confused dog look on my face, slap me. Cyber slap me. Internet smack me, please. What's up, Tanya Vav? I see you. I see you there. And let's discuss Kanye West. I often don't want to discuss Kanye West because I feel like he wants attention. I feel part of me feels like he wants attention, and that's why he's doing this, and he doesn't care how he gets it. I believe he subscribes to the school of thought where there's no such thing as bad publicity. But he bothers me a great deal. He and Candace Owens, but Candace Owens, she's blocked me on Twitter, so I'm grateful that I don't see any of her tweets. But here he is with her rocking the White Lives Matter shirt. Now, right there, that is a troll. That is a troll. Why is it a troll? Because White Lives Matter has always been the trolling response to Black Lives Matter. We wouldn't have had to come up with the Black Lives Matter slogan. And they talk about Black Lives Matter being a group, an organization. It might be now, but really it's a slogan. It just means, hey, our lives matter. When a little Black girl goes missing, and this happens a lot, little Black girls go missing all the time. And you don't hear about them a fraction of the time that it happens. They go missing. But you get one little white girl go missing, and it's national news. National news. This is what we get. It's funny. I saw on John Oliver. I saw John Oliver's show. Excellent, excellent. He always knocks it out of the park, but this was an excellent episode, and he did a thing on crime reporting. Crime reporting, like, it's funny because I was watching the Sunday Night Football and on NBC Channel 4, and when the game was over, was it Sunday night or Monday night football? Sunday night. Anyway, when the game was over, I just left it on that channel, and the local TV news came on. I don't know how often you guys watch local TV news, but it's interesting. You know, I've often joked that it's like it's a half-hour long segment of you know, because all they do is they present stories of this woman got robbed, this family, this family's house got flooded, this person got murdered, this person got raped. It's just like it's a very thick segment of bad shit is happening in your neighborhood. That's it. That's it. And it doesn't matter where you live. It's like that because I've gone to different cities throughout my life, and every once in a while I happen to catch the local news, and it doesn't matter where you go. There's always those segments, where you see people being led away in handcuffs, and it creates. This is the point that John Oliver was getting at. It creates the impression that crime is going up, crime is skyrocketing, right? But actually, since the 80s, crime has been steadily on the decline. On the decline. You wouldn't know that watching your local news. And one of the big things that Republicans are trying to bash us in the heads on these midterm elections with is crime. They're trying to say that crime is a democratic construct, that only when Democrats are in office, that's when you have the explosion of crime. But that's not true. That's not true at all. And in fact, there's so many different metrics that disprove that, including the thing that I was talking about earlier, is that the majority of the top crime states are Republican led. Anyway, I was talking about that because I was talking about Black Lives Matter or White Lives Matter. And the reason why Black Lives Matter became necessary is because there didn't seem to be that feeling that it didn't seem like police believe that our lives matter. And it's always been, we're not saying only Black Lives Matter. We're saying Black Lives Matter also. Also, don't be killing us unarmed when you're taking mass murderers like Dylan Roof to a Burger King after he murders a church full of people. But you will shoot a guy down. You will shoot a guy. Amadou Diallo. Was that 40 bullets they put in that man's body? And he was just reaching for his wallet. 40 bullets, dead. Bullets in the bottom of his feet. Bullets went through the bottom of his feet because he was already lying down dead, and they were still shooting. So Kanye knows what the fuck this White Lives Matter thing is. It's not, because the Democrats don't care about white lives. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And he knows that. And you know what? So does Candace Owens. Candace Owens likes to project like she's an intelligent woman. Really? And what is this? You're just cooning it up for Republicans. Huh? She's Auntie Ruckus. It's disgusting. I destroy Nazis says, how about Philando Castillo registered weapon? Yeah, I mean, it's a long ass list. The list is too long to discuss of all the Sandra Bland, they stopped her for a traffic she failure to use a turn signal on a road that was deserted. It was a deserted road. There were no other cars on this road. She died in police custody. And the list goes on and on. Look, what about Breonna Taylor? Breonna Taylor murdered by police in her sleep. She was just sleeping. You can't even be black while sleeping. And one of the cops got in trouble not for shooting her, but for putting bullets in the wall of a neighbor. Can you believe that shit? And this motherfucker has the audacity to use his star wattage. You know, that's what bothers me. I know he's just a rapper, but you know what? A rapper with his level of prestige, people are looking at him. And I just hope that parents who know their kids listen to his music, I hope they sit him down and talk to him and say, look, just so you know, you listen to whoever you want to listen to, but you should know that Kanye West is an asshole. And he is a traitor. And he's an idiot. And do not grow up to be like him. And the kids will be like, what? You mean don't grow up to be a millionaire? Boy, don't get smart with me. But I thought you didn't want me to grow up like Kanye. So if I'm smart and he's an idiot, boy, I'm telling you, don't try me. But yeah, you know, and he does the same thing that Tulsi Gabbard does. And he went on to Tucker Carlson because of course he did. And, you know, Tucker could not have him on the show, especially after he rocked the White Lives Matter shirt. And here's what I think. I think my cynical mind is saying Kanye West is going after a different demographic for his music. That's what he did with the Christian thing. He did the Christian music thing for a while. I don't know if he's still doing that. Maybe he is, but I don't know. It seems like this is linked to some kind of marketing ploy. He's trying to get some more MAGA dollars. Oh, look, Kanye's MAGA. He's White Lives Matter. Oh, let's buy some of his music. Let's support him. I think that's what he's on, possibly. And he's called himself a genius, but I saw something today. I can't remember which article it was in. They showed excerpts, clips that were not shown on the Fox News interview, where he just sounds like a complete and utter moron. And speaking of complete and utter moron, the guy whose hand he is about to hump in this picture, Donald Trump, is dealing with his own set of prejudices, of racism, and buffoonery himself. Just the other night, he was at a rally in which he referred to the N-word. Let's be clear. He didn't say the N-word. He referred to it. And just for shits and giggles, he asked his audience to say, what do you think? What N-word do you think I'm talking about? He's basically saying, how racist are you? I just want to know. Come on, you can say it. You can say it here. You can say it with me. His whole campaign was built off of I'm not the politically correct. I'm at the crux of their resentment is their inability to say, oh, hang on a second, Yusuf. Was Abner Louima, was that the poor brother who had the broomstick shoved? Or was that the one who'd gotten shot? I thought it was Muhammad Diallo who had gotten shot, and Abner Louima was the broom handle thing. Hey, Scribble My Dibbles, there you go. Long time no see. That's my sister. At the crux of their resentment is their inability to say the N-word. They hate the fact that they have to refer to, that they can't say the word retarded anymore. They hate that. Where they can't call gay people faggot or homo. They hate that. They hate it with a passion. It's made their life so inconvenient. Now I have to use proper words. I just can't objectify people. I can't put people in neat little racist or intolerant boxes. That's what it is. That's why they rage against wokeness. It makes them have to expand their limited vocabulary. What's the big deal about pronouns? What's the big deal? Somebody wants to be called he. Somebody wants to be called she. Somebody wants to be called they. What's the big deal? You know? What is it? You know, as far as the society goes, we're just learning. We're still like toddlers, just figuring people out. You know, when we were born, when I was a kid, we assumed that there were only two genders. Now we find that there's more, that it's a spectrum. Big deal. You know, also when I was in school, people who were, I don't know, who were having difficulty in school, they put them in special ed. You know, some people, they just said, he's retarded. And they didn't bother to get down to the crux of what was wrong with this person. Now we know some people have Asperger's, some people have ADHD, some people have ADD, some people are dyslexic. Because we bothered to fucking care and learn. And if you don't care and you don't learn, then these people, these human beings, don't get the help they need to survive and thrive in this society. No, you don't get to just put them in whatever bucket you want to put them in anymore. Veronica Teller, thank you. Or they just stutter. Yeah. So, yeah, again, I was talking about wokeness and how the GOP is using that as a weapon. Oh, okay. So getting back to Trump referring to the N-word. So naturally, some of the people in his crowd started shouting the N-word. And he's like, oh, no, not that one. He just wanted to give people permission to say the fucking N-word. But no, that's not what he was talking about. He says, no, I'm talking about nuclear. This jackass. Why is he even allowed to have rallies? You know, he stole classified documents. And then he said that they were planted, but I want them back. What? What? They were stolen from you, but you want them back? I mean, they were planted. They were planted on you. The FBI planted them shits on you, and then they took them away. But now you want them back. What kind of shit? What kind of sense does this make? Makes no sense. You can get put in jail like Khalif Browder. Khalif Browder was put on Rikers Island for 3 years for allegedly stealing a backpack. 3 years. Yes, Scott. Scott says delay. That's what Trump is doing. This whole thing is a game, and the Department of Justice is just obliging him. It's really frustrating. It is really, really frustrating. Anyway, let me move on to this other race. Is Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville's comments, I think, were just about as disgusting as you can get. Wait, let me see if I can find that one. Tuberville. Should be able to find that relatively easily. Here we go. Oh yeah. Right at the top there. Let me just hit the share screen. Grab tab. Here we go. Right there. Share. Okay. Senator Tommy Tuberville, October 8th, 2022.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit.
Joe Biden's 5 million illegal aliens are on the verge of replacing you, replacing your jobs, and replacing your kids in school. And coming from all over the world, they're also replacing your culture.
That's a good video. That's the Lincoln Project, and it's dead on. Some people I know are not crazy about the Lincoln Project. Sherry Jacobus, who I've had on this show. Tina wants to know, where do they get 5 million? Where do they get any of these numbers? They pick a number and they go with it, and it becomes part of their talking points. It does. 5 million is a nice even number. That's what it is. Yeah, Tommy Tuberville was talking about black people wanting reparations and believing that we're entitled to it in some kind of weird convoluted, because he said the people who do the crime are the ones who believe they're owed. What? Are you saying we, the black people, are the ones doing crime? And that's why we feel we're entitled to reparations? What? Oh, sometimes you just want to. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, ringing the alarm, the great replacement theory alarm. That's what that was all about, Tina G. That was that thing I was talking about earlier, where supposedly our plan is to bring in, I don't know, what'd she say, 5 million illegal aliens to to vote and take away their votes and take away their culture. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It feels like I remember this shit happening back in 2004. Excuse me. It was the 2004 election, and George W. Bush should have been clobbered. He was going up against John Kerry, who, in retrospect, maybe he wasn't the most charismatic guy, candidate for us, but so he was a war, he was a war veteran. He was in the Vietnam War. He spoke out against it, but he was a veteran speaking out against the Vietnam War. And they did to him what was known as swift boating. They swift boated him. They planted some salacious lies about him, and I don't know, but that wasn't really what had done him in. What did him in and the Democratic Party was the Republicans raising the alarm about gay marriage. And this is what we're looking at today. We're looking at a threat to take away, to overturn the loving decision that made interracial marriage legal. They're looking to overturn the laws the privacy laws that say that a married couple or whatever can use contraception. They literally are in our fucking bedrooms telling us whether or not we can use contraceptions, who you can love, who you can be married to. Gay marriage is also on the chopping block, and what you are permitted to do with your own body if you're a woman. Excuse me, if you are a woman who is not involved with Herschel Walker. Excuse me. So that, my friends, is why I am nervous about November 8th, Rovember 8th, I should say, Rovember 8th. It's coming up fast. And I don't know that we have enough people worried. I think everybody needs to be worried. Everybody. And if you're worried about something, you can do something. You're not just going to sit in your house and do nothing. You're going to do something about it. Everybody needs to get people to go and vote. Extra people. Your neighbors, your coworkers, people in the supermarket that people in the laundromat, in your hair salon. Get them to go vote. It's serious. And yeah, almost like the what's that story? Chicken Little, the sky was falling, and the problem is he kept saying the sky is falling, and then nobody believed him. But the sky is fucking falling. It is. It is. And if you can't tell by how many times I'm dropping the F-bomb, I don't know what's wrong with you. God damn it. Yeah, I hate to sound like Chicken Little with my head, my hair on fire, what little is left of my hair, and saying that the sky is falling. But really, it really is. It really is. Cindy C has an interesting comment here, and I've seen this before, and I've been trying to ignore it. I'm trying to ignore what Michael Moore. I'm not you won't see me tweeting about Michael Moore and his prediction. Why? What is he saying? Michael Moore predicts Dems will win in a tsunami this election. Not if we go promoting that shit. No, because then people are stupid. Some people will stay home. I would much rather people think that this election is close and every available ass gets out there and votes. He predicted against all the polls that the former guy would win in 2016. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's right this time. It means he was right that one time. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. you know, there are two accounts on Twitter. I'm not going to say who they are, but they're basically they're opposite sides of the same coin. One is ultra negative, and one is ultra positive. And we do need both of those. I think we do need both of those in our lives so that there's some balance to what we consume. We can't always be, 24/7 doom and gloom, right? But we can't have our heads up our own asses too with some Pollyanna-ish kind of idea that everything's fine, kumbaya, everything's gonna work out all right. I can just stay home and do nothing. No. If you're able to, if you have the time, get on the phone and phone bank or text bank or knock on doors. Make sure people are registered. That is probably, I think, people not being registered is going to be big. There's going to be a lot of people's registrations that get challenged on election day. People are going to go to vote and they're going to find out that they're not registered that day, and they will not be able to get registered on that day. So yeah, as often as I can, I will, between now and November 8th, I will be reminding people to please check their registration to get, to get voted. It's weird. I posted a tweet about that earlier today. Had very, very little interaction. Maybe it's because I put the website on there and Twitter probably deboosted it. I got to figure out a better way to disseminate that info. Because now, I got the big platform. I got to use it to, keep people plugged in and ready to vote. Oh, here's another thing. Florida, the Florida governor's race that I'm concerned about. Charlie Crist is a non-entity in the news, and I don't know how that happened or why it's happening. That brother needs to be in the news. I mean, you know what? They just had a hurricane. He should be out there, helping people in the communities, giving out water, something, dude. You got to get your ass out in the news. Have some people talking about. You can't just wait on this one debate that you're going to have, and that's it. This is irritating me. And it feels. I said this about Terry McAuliffe. I said that Charlie Crist was kind of reminding me of Terry McAuliffe, the guy who lost to Glenn Youngkin in Virginia. It feels like that all over again. It does not feel like the Democratic Party is putting any oomph behind this guy, any help whatsoever. What is the deal? Are they just giving up on that race? Veronica Tello, look, she says she thinks DeSantis is going to take it. Crist is lagging. Yeah. What the fuck? I don't get it. All the money they have, they can't give that brother some support, some decent support. Oh, here's another one from Veronica Tello. Needs to take lessons from Tim Ryan. Did you guys see the Tim Ryan debate last night? Whoo, boy, he did own JD Vance. Yes, indeed. That was powerful. And apparently Tim Ryan is, campaigning as every man. He's campaigning, I guess, towards the center, which I guess is where you need to be, especially if JD Vance is campaigning as, a pimple on Trump's ass. The best line of the night was Tim Ryan said was, JD Vance is an ass kisser. I am an ass kicker. And yeah, that was a great line. That was a great takeaway. And I hope people remember that. That's an important seat that we need to win. We need to win those Senate races. Keep the seats that we're supposed to keep. I heard Maggie Hassan in New Hampshire. Her campaign should be buoyed by some good news that Republicans are apparently pulling support away from her opponent, Bolduc. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Yeah, all we can do, there's a lot of things that are out of our control. Well, all we can do is stay active, contribute, volunteer as often as we're able to until November 8th, and get out there and vote. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for my show tonight. Thank you for joining me for this impromptu late night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. Oh, wait, let me just add one more thing here. My friend Yusuf wants me to have faith. Remember Kansas. Remember Kansas. I will remember Kansas, my friend. Yes, Kansas. In case you've forgotten, Kansas, that election, it was all about abortion, but there was a referendum, and everybody voted. I forget if they were supposed to vote no or vote yes, but the folks who were pro-choice won that one. So anyway, yeah, didn't I say Kansas? Did I say Candace? Pretty sure I said Kansas. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Late Night with BDD. If you have not yet gotten your shot, what are you waiting for? Get that shot. Wear your mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And also, all the way at the end of this show, did I say Candace? For real? God damn it. At the end of the show, I'm going to remind you now to please hit the like button if you have not yet done so. Please do so. And Mariana Z, I want to thank you once again. You guys, just so you know, I'm putting this out there. I've been trying to get Mariana on the show. She has thus far been resistant. I'm going to try at least once, maybe 2 more times to get her. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so let's get this music back on. Oh, wait. No, let's do this one. Yeah. Okay. Last thing. This is the most important thing. I should have said this earlier. Thursday, I will be covering the final January 6th hearing. It's going to be at 1 p.m., but I'm starting my coverage at 12:15. I will be joined by Chip Franklin. You guys know him. He's a very funny, very knowledgeable, and sharp dude. He will be here with me as well, and possibly some other guests we can rummage up. So until then, enjoy the rest of your night. I love you all. Peace. Kansas. Candace or Kansas? Michelle says she didn't hit it. She smashed it. Smash that like button. That's Michelle. Book out. Scott Samuelson got his 5th shot. Are we doing 5 shots now? Is that what it is? Damn, I am way behind. I only got 3. Shit. Mariana, you know, you can see all the requests, right? People are trying to get you on this show. And yes, Tina G. Oh, wait a minute. Good question. No, it's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on the Really American channel. On Really American. Yeah, so if you guys are all subscribed to Really American and you have your notifications turned on, you will get a notification for that show. Oh, that damn Alaskan had 5 too. That's interesting. Damn, I am not caught up with my shots. Oh, that's right. You guys, what those 5 shots? Is that Moderna? Is that it? Because I'm on Pfizer. All right, you guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You need to leave.